Yeah, overall, I was excited about the way the guys came out and worked. They were excited to get out here. Hadn't played football in a long time and put a lot of hard work into getting to this point. So, from a work standpoint, we were happy. We got a lot to clean up and a chance to get better from doing that.
You talk about just how excited the guys were to get after it. Just for you yourself, I know it's been a lot of press conferences and kind of getting ready to get to this point. What have the last few weeks been like for you as you try to get the guys ready to practice?
Yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, but our guys have attacked the work. And our strength staff's done a great job with them to get in shape to do what they did today. We've got a lot to clean up, and this is why you coach. You don't do it because of press conferences and doing all that other stuff. You get out here to do it with the guys and put in the work that you have to put in.
What were your primary takeaways from day one? I know you went in with some, hey, here's what I'm hoping to see. How much of that do you feel like you accomplished?
Yeah, I won't know that because the way we practice, we're two-spotting, and I'm on one field back and forth, so I only saw 50% of it. I'll see the rest of it on tape, and I was pleased with the effort. I was pleased with the way the guys competed, the work they put in. I know that there's some things to clean up, and I'm excited to get in there and watch the tape and get some of the stuff cleaned up. And because we do two-spot out, there's half the team, because I'm the play caller, that I'm on the one side calling plays to the other side. Right here.
As you went forward today and you talked about being the play caller, I know that to this point, a lot of the teaching has been on film, sitting, studying, and that kind of thing. How do you try to phase in, all right, here's how much offense I want these guys to try to be able to digest day one to week 2 to week 3?
So we've gone through the installs already. We put in 5 installs, and today we went back to day 1, and we're going to put a lot on them. And because we got to find out what we can and can't do, what we're good at. Are we a gap scheme team? Are we an inside zone team? Are we a tight zone team? We're trying to figure all that stuff out, what we have, and so for us, we need all the reps we can get and all the scheme we can get. And the playbook, I've said, it starts like this, and as it goes to the fall camp, it'll be like that with what our players do well.
I'm sure it's been a pretty fast-paced couple of weeks as you're dealing with all the ins and outs of the offseason of this age of college football, but just getting settled into Boone, how have you started to kind of get familiar with the community and get used to what this fan base is and what they're expecting?
Yeah, well, I know where my office is, and I know where the house we're renting is, and outside that, I don't know much about the community outside. It's a bunch of really good people. Mm-hmm. They care about App State, and they care about football. It's a very passionate group about football, and every day I'm blown away with how people treat each other in this community, and I'm just excited to be here from that aspect. But the work is the work right now, and there's a lot of time up in that office, early in the morning, late at night.
Now, I'm sure it's been a long time since this fan base has experienced a losing season, so I know you already have a lot of pressure on yourself to win, but just what do you feel like the expectations are for this team to try to get back to the App State winning ways?
Well, we set the expectations in our building with how we work and how we train. Like, my expectation is that this group maxes out the ability they have, and that's how it's like, hey, how do you judge a team? Well, did we max out? And we're taking over a program that obviously didn't have the success that it wanted last year, and that's obviously why we're here. But we know there's a lot of work ahead, and we have high expectations for ourselves and the standard that we're going to create, and we're trying to push our players to make sure that they understand it's a player-led team. And we got to put those guys in leadership roles where they can do that.
You got a little bit of an unusual timing situation. You come out and have this practice, now spring break comes up. So you've got a week, a little bit over a week to go back and, like you said, chew on the film, watch a bunch of reps. What will you really hope to accomplish this week so that you can springboard off of this first practice when the guys are back?
Yeah, this is a thing that it's not unusual for us because Nick Saban's done it for 20 years at Alabama. You practice before spring break so they get all the anxiety out of their system. They know what practice looks like. So that then when they go home, they understand, like, when we start back up, it's actually 14 days of hard work, and they know what the ball security circuits look like. They know what two-spot looks like. They know what our activation. We practice a lot different than they did in the past, and so they got to get used to that structure. And I wanted to make sure that we felt good about having a good practice, going up, cleaning up the tape tomorrow, getting to our we call them our OTA today, and then our Phase 3 off-season program tomorrow, which we can clean up the tape and have some more meetings and have some walkthroughs, and we'll run them again on Friday, and they'll break for a week for spring break.